Greetings, earthlings, eldritch creatures, and beings of all sorts. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, hello, hello. I hope that you all are having a fantastic day, slash night, slash time zone, slash time does not exist, and that the universe is all that you want it to be, all that you need it to be, and more. But yes, 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 hello, 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 hello. It's a Tuesday, and we're gonna be playing WereHouse. It's a visual novel about setting up a haunted house for monsters, I've played through it once before. I played through it for Morag. Was a kelpie. Was it last Halloween or maybe the Halloween before? How long have I been doing this for? 2 years? 2 years question mark? Because I started streaming in the Halloween month. In the month of Halloween. More or less. Consistently, at least. But so I've played this before once. Played through Morag. But that was before I even had a little PNG. That was before I had even a little PNG, let alone either of the two models that I use now. So I showed my face. The horror. So I don't have that listed publicly on YouTube. Not cause like my face is a secret or anything, just like I don't know. I'm just more comfortable. I like this. I like having little models and being a little creature and getting to exist in ways that I don't necessarily get to in a human body. Unfortunately, so I like this better. Also, like, just the quality of shit in general back then was garbage, so I don't feel too bad about not making them publicly available videos, because you could barely hear me talking anyways. Because I didn't know how to do anything. I was learning. So like WereHouse, that video's not available to watch. Speed Dating for Ghosts, which we're gonna play later this month, that's also not available to watch. Inua, I might play Inua again someday, but it's not at the top of my priority list. But Inua is another one. Olive Stray. I think that was it. But yeah, we're gonna play WereHouse. We're gonna play through WereHouse. We're gonna play through it 3 times. Not today. Today we're just gonna do one ending, because it'll take about 2 hours, and each ending is about 2 hours, and so if we try to do all of them in one day, that would be about 6 hours, which, like, I have done before for games, but I also don't really want to. I wanna pace it out and take it slow, and not burn myself out. Yes. So we're gonna play this 2 more times after today this month. To wrap the game up, and then we'll play Speed Dating for Ghosts as well this month. We still have more Cults of the Lamb left to play this month, more Night in the Woods. I want to do a Halloween candy tier list at some point. I haven't decided yet if that's gonna be on a Saturday, replacing an ASMR stream, which I haven't really been doing this month anyways, or like on the last Tuesday of the month. And then I also want to do a stream on Halloween, where I was thinking maybe we would do like the free pumpkin carving game on itch. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But that we could maybe play that and carve some pumpkins. And I thought that would maybe be fun. And yeah, that's kind of the plan for the rest of October. We're halfway through the month now. Yeah, should we just jump right into it? I don't really have anything else to talk about all that much. I mean, not that I ever necessarily do, but... Let's play a video game. As always, if at any point the audio needs to be adjusted or anything else, let me know. And I'll do my best to fix it. Whoop. There I am. I'm gonna move myself over a little bit. Just like that. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Let's get into it. This is WereHouse. I bet Halloween this year is gonna suck. Okay, maybe I'm just in a bad mood. The job interview is over now, at least, but it went just as well as all the others have lately, which is not well. And besides, I'm right. No doubt this Halloween I'll be stuck at home with my siblings all night, nothing else to do. This street hasn't made much of an effort to dress itself up for the season either. It's only a few days until Halloween, but all I can see is a few badly carved jack-o'-lanterns up in one of the apartment windows, and a piece of orange tinsel blowing limply in the wind. Gotta move my microphone over a little bit so it's not blocking the text as much. Alright, there we go. I'd forgotten it was even that close to Halloween until today, to be honest. And one of the interviewers asked me if I was dressing up this year. Damn, it's getting dark. I should have called home before I left, really, but it's too late. Now that I'm almost there, my family will be pissed that I'm not home already, but it's not my fault the job interview ran so late. Not that I'll get it. That I really want to get it, but I have to keep applying for everything I see, I guess. Ugh, never mind. I shove my earbuds deeper into my ears and cross the street, heading into the front yard of the abandoned warehouse on the sprawling corner lot. Wire digs into my palm as I hop the fence. It's a bit of a drop to the other side, and I always end up with weeds caught on my shoelaces, but the shortcut around the front gate and across the warehouse's car park is quicker. The hike through the abandoned warehouse yard is kinda spooky, but it's worth it not to have to walk all the way around the corner and down the laneway, even if the asphalt of the car park is nearly invisible underneath blown-in sand and weeds. Saves a couple minutes walk anyway, and I've always kinda liked this old place. Even though it's crumbling, it feels kinda like an old friend somehow. Except, it doesn't. Not today. I cut through this yard all the time, more often than I'd admit to my parents, but something's different this time. I'm not sure if it was just a breeze, but the hairs on the back of my neck go up all at once. But it's probably nothing. I've walked this way millions of times. I amble further along the left arm of the warehouse that reaches around the corner of the block and into the car park. But unlike any of the other million times I've walked toward this corner, though I can see light. Soft, golden light, filtering through the building's dusty windows and around the pitted bricks of the corner wall. My head whips around and my headphones fall straight out of my ears. Before I have time to scrabble in the dirt for them, I realize I can hear voices coming from around the corner, too. As much as I do value my own safety, and lingering around an abandoned warehouse after dark is hardly smart, I can't help myself. Instead of backing away, I go stock still and listen. So, like I was saying, I still think the theme for this year is a bit too vague. It isn't. We went through your whole list and this was the best one. Shouldn't have used up all our creativity in the first few years, huh? What on earth are they talking about? I go to peek around the sidewall, with just one eye, not my whole body, I'm not stupid. And then I finally see it. I can't see their faces in the dark, but there's two silhouettes in the yard behind the warehouse, seeming to belong to whoever was having the argument I overheard. There's also some kind of big, dark shape looming behind them. Might be a bush or a tree because it's moving, though there's no breeze. The golden light is coming from behind the figures where there's a tiny campfire, which has to be illegal this time of year. Also, I'm pretty sure this warehouse is private property, so that's 2 strikes in the illegal column for this group of weirdos. Then the shape behind the pair moves, and in the dim light, I finally put together that the shape is... a horse? A tall, black one with a mane and tail that fall in soft ringlets and a coat so shiny it reflects even the dim orange firelight. Okay, so I have a lot of questions. I'm busy looking for the third person because I heard 3 voices, unless one of them was practicing their ventriloquy or something, when the missing third voice comes straight out of the horse's mouth. I don't know about your creativity, but I'm pretty sure I wrote the whole list time around, so you can hardly talk. I don't mean that as a metaphor, by the way. The horse tosses its mane as it speaks, pawing at the ground in irritation as it flicks its tail toward one of the other silhouettes. And then, it really is unmistakable. That's a talking horse. Okay. I go skittering backwards a step because what the fuck? And before I can stop it, my foot catches an abandoned, twisted scrap of metal on the ground. Because of course it does. The metal goes crashing past the wall into the open with the loudest noise I think I've ever heard in my life. What was that? Think we've got company. Want me to deal with it? Footsteps are coming closer. No thanks, actually. I don't want another statue to lug around. What does that even mean? I can't seem to make myself move, and there's no way I could run all the way back to the street and hurdle the fence in time anyway. So I just cower closer to the shadow of the wall, hoping somehow they'll miss me. Yes, please make them stop wiggling all threateningly like that. For the last time, you're not actually allowed to deal with it, anyway. Like, legally, it is murder. The word murder, or why did I pronounce it like that? What the heck? Murder. Murder. The word murder reverberates in my ears like a shockwave, and I swallow past what feels like a brick in my throat. This can't be good. People who hang out in abandoned warehouses after dark aren't usually chill, friendly types, right? I squish myself further into a crack in the wall as 3 humanoid silhouettes come around the corner, one of them holding up their phone like a torch. They're led by someone dressed in dark, kind of fancy clothing. She looks wet for some reason. And I think there are plants in her hair. Kelp or riverweed twined with the strands like it belongs there. Now that they're closer, I can see that the other 2 are hardly normal either. The taller one has wolf-like ears, slender and tall, sprouting from the top of his head. And now that he's away from the fireplace, I can see that he's glowing. Eerie green light is seeping from his eyes and from his mouth when he opens it to speak. The other is shorter and dressed in a way that's almost threateningly cool. Or at least it would be if all the yellow snakes sprouting from their head weren't competing for the fear factor. I can tell already that they see me, but nobody seems to be doing anything too threatening yet, at least. Ignoring the others, the taller one in the center with the ears steps closer to me, past the other 2. I break out into sweat. He's very tall, and whether he means to or not, he's looming over me. Hi! That was friendlier than I expected. What's your name? What? What's my name? My name is Sissy. My pronoun are he. Wow. Hi. My name's Dizzy. He, him pronouns, thanks. Actually, it's he, they, fey, it. And if we're talking in order of preference, it's they, he, it, they. Yes, yes, yes. So, you're not human? Good start. No shit. Did you miss the part where I was a talking horse just then, or? Yeah, what's up with that? Despite how weirdly calm I'm managing to keep my voice, my heart is beating in my throat. But for the next few seconds, they all just kind of stand there. The one who used to be a horse folds her arms, somehow both furious and perfectly disinterested. Could one of you maybe tell me what's going on here? I just noticed that the taller one has a tail, and it's wagging furiously. Puppy boy, puppy boy. It's so nice to meet you, Dizzy. I'm Cormac. He looks over to his left expectantly, but she's ignoring all three of us now. And this here is Morag. Hi, Oni. Hi. Hi. You sent me a fun little proposal for when stream's over? Ooh, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it when the stream is over. Thank you, though. Thank you. Hi, hi, hi. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're having a great time zone. Guess we're doing introductions. I'm Esseth. This is feeling much more like a chat around the water cooler than the horrific supernatural murder scene I was expecting. Not to be rude, but Cormac, are you a werewolf or what? Hey, self, you can't just ask that. You can't just ask somebody that. You can't ask somebody that. That's rude. That's rude, don't you know? That's rude. You can't just ask somebody if they're a werewolf. That's rude. That's heckin' rude. I'm winning. I'm only here because I got out of work early, so I was like, yes, Dizzy stream. Well, hooray for getting out of work early. I hope you had a wonderful work time at work, in which it was not stressful and easy, and you didn't have to deal with any tomfoolery or shenanigans or bananigans or any other assorted mischief or mayhem or nefarious means of activity or speech. I'll get to the one with the snakes in a minute. Oh yeah, that. We're all monster folk. Our microwave broke, but we got a new one. Yay! Hooray! Yippee! Now you can heat stuff up. Now you can heat stuff up. Demi-humans, to be exact. Myths and legends are less mythical than you might expect. Mrock here is a kelpie, Irish water spirits who can shapeshift into horses. We drown people way less often than the myths say, I swear. Cute how the werewolf has a collar with an engraved bone saying wolf and dog tags. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they all have such wonderful character designs. They all have such wonderful character designs. Hi Cyber, hi, welcome on in, welcome on in. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're having a great time zone. Really investing in the role, yeah. I adore how the snakes are ball pythons too, right? And I like this one over here that has the bow. I like the one with the bow. I think that's so cute. I love them. I love them. I love them. Most boopable snoots of all snakes. It's true. It's true. They're just little babies. They're just little babies. And Essus is a gorgon, if you didn't guess. I haven't exactly seen you around. What are you all doing back here? Apart from not attacking me on sight, which is kind of what I've been expecting since they came around the corner. We're the organizing committee of the WereHouse Haunted House. I've never heard of it. Cormac almost looks offended. Well, we're only the premier destination for spooky seasonal entertainment in the whole city. We've been the highest rated local haunted house on Yarp and Hexstore for 3 years running. You've really never heard of the WereHouse? I mean, I know what a warehouse is, at least. We're standing right next to one. No. I can just hear that you're spelling it wrong in your head. It's warehouse with an E. What? Why? It was a pun. The theme of the first warehouse was werewolves. Spooky howling noises, wolf silhouettes stalking each group of people, the whole shebang. I didn't mind the name then, but it stuck, and now it makes no sense. It's only half a joke. That's a beautiful little piece of fourth wall. Yeah. This game is really wonderful. This is a really wonderful visual novel. I like it a lot. It was in, I want to say, the first Queer Halloween bundle. However, that would have been 2 years ago, I think. I love that her name is Morak. That's such a fucking Scottish name. Also adore the design. I'd let her drown me a little bit. Yeah. She's an Irish Kelpie. Yeah, I like the water and like the kelp, I guess. In the hair, and also just general goth vibes. All of their designs are just so well done. And the teeth, they aren't showing them now, but some of them got teethies. Some of them got great teeth. I guess Morag is kind of showing her teeth right now. She's got like 2 little things. Morag, for the last time, we're not changing the name. See, and Esith has wonderful things. I love their teeth. It's wonderful. Me when characters have sharp teeth. Chef's kiss. Doesn't get better than that. It's still a pun anyway. Not like he stopped being a werewolf after the first year. The snakes on top of Eseth's head all point right, like they want to gesture towards Cormac, but can't be bothered moving their arms. Yes, but the public don't know that, do they? I hope not. Present company notwithstanding. Oh, that's me. Also, the manga trope of like cute delinquent girls with pointy teeth to emphasize that they're rough and possibly bitey. Yeah. Will bite you. Besides, Cormac, you're not the one who has to deal with all the emails and comments asking what the name means. I'm sick to death of it. Oh, I can help answer the emails if you want. I love talking to new people. Yes, you do. On second thought, never mind. I'll deal with it. What do you mean? I thought you were really snowed under this year. Yes, but I don't think your help would actually solve that. Are you forgetting all the times you told people you'd answer them and then left them on red for weeks from our official accounts? Or the time you told a lady she could bring her dog and then it smelled you out as a threat and nearly ruined the whole thing hunting you down? Cormac's ears flicked to the side, distressed. Anyway, Dizzy, I still can't believe you've never heard of us. We moved into town just after Halloween last year, so I guess you'd already left? And it's not like this place looks like the premier seasonal entertainment spot, you know? Bullying him. But gently and respectfully bullying him. I'd be offended, but that's kind of the aesthetic we're going for, so... Cormac turns back toward the other two. So, what do we do about this? I'm right here. Best we keep an eye on him, right? My cheeks go pale. I don't want to know what she means by that. Don't look so afraid. We wouldn't do anything horrible to you, I promise. Morag and Estes don't look like they totally endorse that statement, but weirdly, I kinda trust Cormac. It's hard to tell if it's just an act or not, but he comes off much more like an overgrown puppy than a scary werewolf. We just need to keep the fact that we're real monsters under wraps, that's all. You can do that for us, right, Dizzy? The fact that he didn't immediately start screaming when he saw us is probably a good sign. I feel like you might be putting a lot of faith in someone you met minutes ago. She's not wrong. Well, why don't you stick around for the next few days, Dizzy? Maybe help us with the haunted house? Oh, no, I don't. Esses, that's a wonderful idea. Cormac's voice runs over Morag's like a freight train, but I get the feeling she's used to that. If Dizzy is dog-tired from helping us set up, then he won't have time to plot about revealing us or gather evidence or any of that. Heh, dog-tired. But shh. Morag rolls her eyes, but I doubt Cormac even noticed that. He's too wound up in their wonderful idea, I guess. And it's not like there's nothing in it for you too, Dizzy. Think about all the cool kinds of monsters you get to meet in a totally safe way. That's a novelty for humans, right? Am I gonna get paid? Are you gonna pay me money? Are you gonna pay me monies? Cause I don't do unpaid labor. I don't do unpaid labor. I've done enough. I've done enough. I've done my time. I've done my time. Please. Please, I've done a full-time 40-hour unpaid internship. Please. Moraga's my absolute favorite already. Yeah, I love her. I love her. She's who I played through the first time I played this game. Yeah, she's very good. She's very good. I mean, also, legally we have to pay you, so there's that. Yay! Hooray! Yippee! I love when girls are deeply suspicious and roll their eyes and right? It's so good. It's so good. Oh, good, because I don't take work for exposure, even when it's for supernatural monster folk who may or may not kill me if I say no. So true, as you should. No work for exposure, Not to give you any ideas, but why aren't you just like bribing me or throwing me into the river or something? Morag makes us avoid murder if we can. She rolls her eyes, reaching across Cormac and flicking one of Esset's snakes between the eyes. The whole chorus of snakes hisses back at her. I make a concerted effort to be extremely cool about it and not resort to my first instinct, which is to at the very least scream. That's a lot of snakes. I love snakes! I love snakes! Aside from murder being, you know, morally wrong, dealing with the legal system is so much extra paperwork. So true, Queen. So true. Making you work Halloween night is the only way I can think of to make sure you don't go to the police before you have time to bump out of the warehouse and get out of town. That's a very cute little piece of info that Morag is like the one who is like, can we not do murder? Yeah. She's like, but the paperwork. Morag is the most suspicious and least trusting, but also the one who's like, no murder. No murdering. Plus, a wage is kind of like a bribe, right? This all sounds flimsy at best, but I do need the money, so I don't want to look any further into this than I need to. Here it goes, I guess. Okay, I'm an honorary human member of the Monster Committee, or whatever. Cormac's tail wags excitedly, and even Morag looks kind of mollified. So, now what? Oh yeah. What do we have him do then? Don't look at me. I've had the task roster sorted for ages. You both had the link to the spreadsheet. You should have at least read it. Well, we have 3 days to fill for him. We do have a lot to do, but no one thing would last that long. I'd say you should work ticket sales since you pull off being human the best. He is human, you moron. Anyway, Clarissa loves that. I can never take it away from her. Esith leans over to fill me in, all conspiratorial. Clarissa's a succubus. All that positive energy of excited and nervous people is like heaven for her at the ticket booth. Also, just, she's an extrovert, I guess. Can't relate. Me neither. About as introverted as they come, baby! He says, sobbing. Maybe Dizzy could sort of tag along with one of us then, for the next few days at least, until the actual haunt on Halloween night. Kind of like an understudy. I mean, not really. More like an apprentice, right? I've always wanted one of those. I'm amazed they get anything done at all with how much they bicker and how easily distracted Cormac is. Their meetings must go on for hours. Anyway, I've bitten off more than I can chew this year. I could use the help. Well, so could I, just as much. We've been put behind by somebody's negligence. No points for guessing who she just glared daggers at. He doesn't even blink though, either very unobservant or very used to it, and turns to me instead. Well, you choose then. Who do you want to work with for the next few days? Alright, so the first time I played this game, I played through Morag. We're gonna play through all of them this month. So it's just a matter of who we want to choose to understudy / apprentice with tonight for today's stream. And we'll do another monster, I should say, on Thursday, and then another monster next Tuesday. So if y'all have any preferences of who you want to see first, to let me know, or I can also choose as well. I like the music in this game as well. It's very just like vibes. Easy to vibe to. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead with Cormac. And then maybe we'll just go up the list and we'll end with Mrag. Be Cormac's understudy. The werewolf pumps his fist into the air. Yes, I've always wanted to have an apprentice. I'll teach you everything I know. So, not very much. Cormac turns to Mrag with a blank look. What do you mean? Great. That gives me a lot of confidence about my choice of supervisor. Never mind. Cormac shrugs and twirls back around to face me. Anyway, meet me back here tomorrow morning so you can start learning all about the hard work that goes into a haunted house behind the scenes. Sure. Soon after, once all the arrangements are figured out, the 3 committee members tip dirt over the fire their meeting over. I wave and then head home, finally finishing my usual cut corner path across the yard of the warehouse. Sorry, warehouse. At least I have a job now, I guess. Boom, boom, boom. On the way to the warehouse the next morning, I find myself stopping just outside the fence. I don't know if I've fully come to terms with everything that happened last night. Not only did all my preconceptions about the world get completely upended by meeting 3 living, breathing cryptids, but then they offered me a job? Kind of? Reflecting on it in the light of day, I don't even feel like I can be completely sure it wasn't all a dream. If I hop over this fence again, will I step back into the world of the supernatural? Or will it just be the same abandoned warehouse it always was? I guess there's only one way to find out. My feet sink into the weeds on the other side, and I stumble for a moment before picking up the pace towards the building. Inside, each of the 3 people I met yesterday seem to be busy with a different task. Mrag is seated at a makeshift desk, filling out some paperwork, while Eseth is up on a ladder, apparently doing something to the lights. Cormac is seated cross-legged on the floor, in front of him a big blocky laptop covered in peeling stickers. As I approach him, I see those big ears on top of his head perk up. A moment later, his entire body follows them, and he leaps to his feet, almost knocking over the laptop. What's up? His green eyes are wide and shining, and I can see his fangs in his toothy grin. Not much. What are we working on today? We're doing the absolutely most important part of getting ready to run a haunted house, of course. The most important part? I wonder what he means. Is it the costumes? Nope, that's Eseth's department. The special effects? Nope, also Eseth. Sounds like Eseth does a lot of the work around here. Guess again. Is it summoning some spooky ghosts? What? I don't know. Do you have a ritual for summoning some real ghosts to haunt the place or something? Wow, that's a good idea. Maybe we should try that next year. But no, that's not it. Okay, just tell me, what is it? We're working on... He jumps and throws out his arms like a hyperactive magician. Marketing! Oh, brother. Not marketing. Really? That's the most important part? Of course, there's no point in any of the other work we do without marketing. If no one knows the warehouse is here, no one will come. I guess you're right. I just thought we might be doing something more spooky. Well, we do want to make our posters look spooky. And then once we've had them printed, we can spend tomorrow walking around town and putting them up all over the place. That can be spooky too. Sometimes you see real weirdos hanging out downtown. One time, I definitely saw a ghost on the college campus. He looked really pale and sick, and he was wearing super old-fashioned clothes. That just sounds like an average student to me. But the more pressing issue is not the timing of this marketing campaign. Sounds a little off. You haven't put up any posters around town yet? Isn't that cutting it kind of close? It's almost Halloween already. Maybe that explains why I hadn't heard of this place when it's supposedly so popular. Well, you might think that, but actually studies show that most of our target audience of high school and college students don't like to make plans too far in advance. They prefer to be more spontaneous and are much more likely to attend an event that they just heard about right before Halloween. Really? Murag interjects without looking up from her paperwork. He's making that up. He just forgot to do it earlier. I didn't forget. I was prioritizing. S's voice echoes down from the rafters. He says that every time he forgets something. Shut up! Shut up! Look, Dizzy, the important thing is we only have a few hours to make the best poster ever. Then I have to send it into the printers in time for our mission tomorrow. Are you ready? Do you have what it takes? Sure. I mean, I took a couple art classes once. Perfect. Take a look at what I'm working on over here. He tilts his laptop at an angle, and I crouch down to get a better look. Squinting at the screen, I notice that he's made some creative design choices. What's going on with the fonts here? I'm glad you asked. So this one at the top kind of reminds you of ancient Egypt, right? Like tombs and mummies and stuff. Scary. And this other one with the smaller information at the bottom is like the writing in a comic book. It looks cool and exciting. I bet if I saw those choice fonts on another poster, I'd want to find out what it was advertising for sure. He grins eagerly. Yeah, this is Papyrus in Comic Sans, right? How did you know? You must be a font expert. Hi, Papa Canis. Hi. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're having a great time zone. WereHouse in the middle of our street. WereHouse. So true. So true. It is just kind of there. It's just kind of there. And it's a real warehouse, but also a warehouse with an E. It's both. It's both. And this is a werewolf. He's a bit of a himbo. He's a bit of a himbo as we're learning, as we're finding out. That's punny, yeah! Yeah, it's very punny. Happy Tuesday! Happy Tuesday indeed. Happy Tuesday indeed. I choose my words carefully, not wanting to dampen his enthusiasm too much. They're kind of popular. A lot of people use them, but a lot of other people think they're a bit cheesy. If you put both of them on a poster, you might get some people making fun of it. Cormac shrugs. So, there's one thing I've learned in my life. It's that some people will make fun of you no matter what you do. Oh, so true, buddy! So true, bestie! Yeah, that's real. That's true. Don't ever live for anybody else. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. You do what works for you. You live your life however you need to, however you want to, in a way that works for you. Because either way, people are gonna be assholes. People are gonna be absolute shitheads. So don't do their work for them. You do your work to make yourself happy and to live your best life. And if they don't like it, then they can fuck all the way off. That's not a me problem, that's a them problem. You're better off just trying not to worry about it. You can't please everyone. I mean, he is right, but not about the fonts. He is right, like, in general. He's got the spirit, but not about the fonts. He's wrong about the fonts. We need to change the fonts. I still think we could change them. You do have a point, but I think the poster might stand out more with some different fonts, actually. Something people haven't seen a million times before and don't have any associations with already. Cormac tilts his head, his wolf ears flopping a bit to the side. A new font people haven't seen before. Where are you going to find something like that? Comic Sans, yeah! Yeah, that's one of the fonts he wanted to use. He wanted to use Papyrus and Comic Sans together in the same poster for a haunted house. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know why he's in charge of marketing. Graphic design is my passion. Graphic design is my passion. That's Cormac. That's Cormac. Graphic design is his passion. Is his passion. Oh frick, I missed. Roll back. Roll back. I would. Whoa, they're introducing me to a website? Cormac, let me introduce you to the wonder that is 1001freefonts.com. Cormac's eyes widen. That's so many fonts? And they're all free? Oh, you're going to love it. But before that, I was wondering about the color scheme too. It's a bit unconventional for Halloween. He nods vigorously. Right? I wanted to make sure I put in lots of red for blood because that's scary. And then I figured contrasting colors are good, right? So I put in some green too. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, oh, pal. Oh. He's a bit of a himbo. Huh? It could be like creepy monster slime. I think it will really stand out from all the orange and black posters out there. Yeah, so there's one major issue with that, you know, really just one though. We can work on it. We can workshop it. We can workshop it. Well, I understand your reasoning, but red and green is kind of the typical Christmas color scheme, right? Doesn't seem right for Halloween. People might overlook the poster, thinking it's a Christmas event, advertising early. His glowing eyes widen with dawning realization. Oh. I don't celebrate Christmas, so I hadn't even thought about that. Whether he celebrates it or not, I'm surprised that he could somehow escape the typical association between red and green and Christmas. Does he never go shopping during the entire month of December? At least he was willing to accept the criticism. Do you think we should switch to more traditional Halloween colors instead? I examined the screen. Maybe keeping the green would be okay, but we could replace the red with orange. Green and orange. Green and orange. Green and orange. Green and orange. They might have to sell me on this one a little bit. I don't know if I get it. I don't know if I can see it. Maybe even add a touch of blue. Green, orange, and blue. Orange and purple. Orange and purple. I like orange and purple. I like orange and purple. That's what I got going on here. Then it's still unique. I like it. Great, let's do that. The last thing I wanted to ask about was the logo. I watch his face intently for any reaction, hoping I'm not about to ruin his artistic dreams. Did you draw this yourself? He smiles sheepishly. Or maybe I should say wolfishly, but okay, I know I'm not a great artist. It's a bit rough, but I think that's okay. He leaps into a dramatic pose, the light from his glowing hair dancing in his already shining eyes. It's got heart. It truly represents the work that Morag and Esses and I put into organizing the WereHouse every year. Because even if it's not perfect, we keep doing our best. That's what the WereHouse is all about. Furrow my eyebrows and peer more closely at the drawing on the screen. I'm not really seeing the symbolism, but I appreciate the spirit. That is really cute though. That is really cute though. I think we do gotta give it to him. I think we do gotta hand it to him this time. Still, I'm charmed by his description. I don't want to make him feel like it's bad art if it means that much to him. Maybe the rough aesthetic will catch some people's eyes. Okay, you've sold it. We'll keep your logo. Because of the heart. He pumps his fist in the air. Yes, I know all the feelings I poured into it will get through to people. I hope so. Talking about that gets me thinking about the early days of the WereHouse. It may look like a hugely successful local business right now, but there was a time when it was really just a passion project by a group of friends. Still clenching his fist, Cormac stares out into the distance. Well, as much distance as there is before you hit the wall of the WereHouse anyway. Back when all I had was a dream about bringing the people of this town the Halloween experience of their lives. Only one person believed in me, my best friend Morag. That is, until we met Esses, and the trio of WereHouse visionaries was complete. He turns back toward me, dropping a bit of his dramatic monologue act. Oh man, let me tell you the story of how we met Esses. It's hilarious. So, Morag and I would love to hear the story. I blurt the words out with false enthusiasm as quickly as I can before he can start another tangent. But maybe you can tell me later? We still have a lot of work to do on the poster. Oh yeah, the poster. Let's do it. Alright, so we do have an ad coming up in about just a minute. We take a 3-minute ad break once an hour every hour to keep the pre-rolls off for everybody coming in. The ads do help support me monetarily just a little bit as well. In that period of time while the ad runs, if I'm aware that there is an ad running, I do my best to stop whatever I am doing, whether that's yapping or playing a video game, and switch us on over to our BRB screen. And in those 3 minutes, I encourage you all to do whatever you've got to do to take care of yourself, whether that's going in the bathroom, getting something to eat, getting something to drink, taking your meds, switching laundry over, if you've got a little puppy dog that you gotta let out so they can go to the bathroom, whatever you've got to do to take care of yourself. If you don't want to see the ad, you have a few different options. You can always install a ad blocker. You can have multiple streams open and switch on over to watching somebody else while the ad plays here. You can use your Prime if you got one. You can sub. Turbo gets rid of the ads as well. So you have a few different options. And yeah, I'm gonna switch this one over to the BRB screen. And when we come back, we will keep designing this poster? Question mark? Alright, we should all be back from the ad? Yippee! Hooray! He flounces back onto the ground, landing in a cross-legged position. I don't know how he isn't in pain from throwing himself at the concrete floor that hard. Maybe it's a werewolf power? Okay, let's get to work. You have a lot of changes to get done before you send it to the printers. You said we only have a few hours, right? We'll need to come up with a plan and stay focused. You sound like you're taking charge. The apprentice has become the master. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to boss you around. I just like to make sure everything is organized. Yeah. You could say that I was in charge of all the group projects. Yeah, you could say that I did all the work in the group projects. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, that is a hypothetical thing that you could say about me that would be real and true and factual and... No, that's perfect. Yeah, Cormac definitely needs someone to keep him focused. I blush at yet another interjection from one of the other organizers. Was she listening from over there the whole time? I hope she thinks I'm doing okay at my job. Please, Marag, please think I'm so good at my job. Please, Marag, I need you to think that I'm cool and smart and competent and functional. Please, please. It's true. You seem way more organized than I am, so we make a great team. You can be like my manager. And I can be like the eccentric rock star you need to drag away from parties to make sure he doesn't sleep through his show the next day. Don't indulge the rock star fantasy. You don't want to hear about what happened that time that Cormac tried to start a band. Like and subscribe was a great band, Marat. What a band name. Like and subscribe. Make sure to hit like and subscribe on this video once it comes out on YouTube. If you too think that like and subscribe is a great band name, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I heard like and subscribe and I tapped across to make the pun myself, but the game did it. Oh, that's such a wonderful band name. If somebody is not using that as a band name, I'm gonna need them to get on that stat. I'm gonna need them to get on that stat. And you know what? Anytime they perform, they should like, right, like they should have like a werewolf theme. So they should like dress up as werewolves and stuff and have like the ripped like flannel and stuff and like the claws and the teeth, you know? Only things first, like and subscribe. I love it, I love it, I love it. You're just jealous that you're not a one-hit wonder. Sure, if you can even call that song a hit. It was on the charts, technically. Hey, about that whole keeping focused thing? Right. Cormac sits up straight at attention. What are we doing first, boss? Well, I lean over Cormac's laptop to point out what I think we should do first. He nods and begins to make some changes according to my instructions. I do my best to keep him on task when he gets sidetracked, and he shows some real proficiency with image editing once he really gets down to it. Over the next little while, the final poster begins to take shape. Oh god, I hate like and subscribe. You have no taste then. You have no taste then. I hate to break it to you, but you have no taste then. I don't know what to tell you. I'm joking, of course. Joking, of course. /J, of course. Of course, of course, of course. Oh, that's the logo! Okay, I see what they mean now. I see what they mean now about it being a little rough around the edges, but it's got heart. It's a little rough around the edges, but it's got heart, it's got souls. It's, you know, it's... I do kind of like the logo though. It's got heart. It does. It does. It looks, you know, maybe a little bit like a kindergartner drew a picture, but you know what? You know what? That, sure. Why, you know, everybody's got to start somewhere. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Please, for the love of God and fuck, get better font though. Yeah. What is this? Is it just like fucking Calibri? Is this Arial? What is this? What font is this? It's just, it's gotta be just one of the standard ones. It's, you know, it's certainly... Haunted House and Halloween Night can be more stylized. Only the key information gotta be in a clearer, plainer font. Yeah, they could, yeah. If this is the improved version of the poster, I dread to see, or to have seen, or to not have seen what we were working with in the first place. If this is the improved version, if this is the new and improved version, you know what? Now I actually have regrets. We should have kept to the bit. We should have stuck with the bit. And we should have just gone red and green with the papyrus and the Comic Sans and this logo. I think we could have committed to the bit a little harder. You know, that's my bad. The perfectionist in me took over. The perfectionist in me grabbed me by the throat and fucking shook me around. It's the demonic possession, but the demon is perfectionism. You know what I mean? The fucking grad student in me fucking took over and throttled me for a little bit there. That's my bad. That's my bad though. That's my bad. You know, we should have stuck to the bit. Cause I kind of want to see what that would have looked like. I think black pattern borders, some good deep orange, some good deep reds, maybe a little accent with a bright sharp green or yellow. Yeah. It's very, I mean, exactly what we're saying here. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better than it did earlier, except we didn't get to see what it looked like earlier. We just got to hear about it. We didn't get to witness. We didn't get to behold with our own eyes. The pastels is what is this Easter. Yeah. Like, I like pastel colors, but when we're talking Halloween, like, you gotta like, you gotta mix it up with like darker colors, right? Like more like moody colors, you know, right? Like throw some fucking burgundy in there, you know what I mean? Throw some fucking burgundy in there. Throw like a fucking plum, you know, or like what's the other like deep purpley color that's like very rich and like luxurious, you know what I mean, right? Or like a really like rich dark deep red. I guess maybe that would be burgundy, but a little bit more red than burgundy is. You know, like blood, evoke blood a little bit, you know, right? Like you gotta, if it's all just pastel, like it'll read, well, I guess it depends. It could read as like pastel Halloween, depending on like what other stuff you got going on in there besides just like the colorations, but yeah. Main nodders, yeah. Hey Marak, Esses, check this out. I'm trying to like pitch my voice down more, but I'm also bad at it because I don't ever fucking do my voice training. I don't fucking practice it because I keep being like, please, maybe the team will start to work soon. Maybe today's the day that the team will fucking think in my vocal cords. Maybe today is the day that it will actually do something, considering that it's been almost a fucking year and it's not done anything. It's not done anything. Ow. He hoists the computer into the air and runs a lap around the warehouse to show them both. Ah! Be careful with that. I guess he can be as cavalier as he wants with his own electronics, but that one also has the only copy of the poster we've been working on all— It has the only copy?! Homie, you gotta back your shit up! Back your shit up! I watch with gritted teeth as he haphazardly shoves it in each of his friends' faces while in motion. Somehow it manages to stay balanced even as he skids to a halt with it dangling from one hand. Can you send that file to the printers? Like, right now. Before you do anything else? Sure. Right on. He tempts fate further by once more hurling himself onto the ground, laptop in hand, before opening up his email. And sent. I sigh with relief. I can't wait to go put these up all over town. Where do you live, Dizzy? I can meet you there tomorrow morning. You don't need to come all the way here when we're going to be heading downtown instead. I consider how my family might react to a werewolf with glowing green eyes turning up at the door tomorrow. Can we make it the afternoon instead? Yes, complete and utter stranger, I will tell you my address. Yes, complete and utter stranger, I will tell you my address. This is safety. These are the safety standards. The safety standards. The safety standards. They should all be out of the house by then, and I don't like waking up too early anyway. Okay. I give Cormac my address and make sure he also writes down some very specific directions. I can definitely picture him getting lost and wandering around for hours, and I don't need to start any rumors about the neighborhood cryptid. That's me! I'm the neighborhood cryptid. I'm the neighborhood cryptid. What neighborhood? Any neighborhood. Every neighborhood. I'm always there. What the fuck do I do in my free time? You might be wondering. Damned if I know. Damned if I know. Our work done for the day, I say my goodbyes to my strange new coworkers and leave the warehouse. Even though all I did was spend a few hours working on a laptop, I still feel mentally and physically exhausted. I'm ready to drop into bed by the time I get home. Cormac's antics are a lot to keep up with. Puppy dog, little hyper puppy dog. Furious rapping at my bedroom door wakes me up the next morning, accompanied by the shrill voices of my younger siblings. Dizzy, get up! There's some weird guy with really freaky contact lenses at the door for you! Huh? Yeah, since when do you hang out with... What? Okay, I'm up! I stumble out of bed and hastily throw on some clothes before rushing past my siblings to answer the door. Hi! Cormac, is everything okay? I thought you were coming by later in the afternoon. I look over my shoulder, hoping he isn't about to launch into a tale about some supernatural mishap that he needs my help to solve. I can't actually see them, but I can sense my siblings lurking around the corner, eavesdropping for gossip. Yeah, everything's good. I just got really excited about the posters, so I wanted to put them up right away. Look, I picked them up as soon as the print shop opened. They're so cool. He gestures to a big plastic bag on the ground beside him. I can't say that cool is the exact word I would use, and more importantly, dude, this is not an emergency. You didn't have to wake me up. Or give my siblings a whole year's worth of reasons to make fun of me. Oh, is it too early? His face falls and he stops fidgeting around so much. I'm sorry, I'm naturally nocturnal, so I don't have a good sense for when other people are sleeping. The little tail wagging at the bottom, the little tail wagging at the bottom, the little tail wagging at the... Ow! Right now is like staying up late for me, and I'm so pumped. I'm ready to stay up all day. His mood lifts again almost instantly, and the bouncing resumes. I did bring you coffee. He thrusts a large paper cup toward me. Okay, danke. Well, that almost makes up for it. I accept the cup and take a sip, eyeing his non-stop movements. I'm ready to stay up all day. The man is gonna crash so hard halfway through the day. That's the way to do it. That's the only way to do it. All-nighters, what are those? I sure as fuck wouldn't know. How much coffee have you had? None. This is my all-natural energy level. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. He's got that ADHD. He's got that dog in him, and that dog is a werewolf and also ADHD. Terrifying. ADHD dog. Yeah. 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 So, are we doing posters or what? I sigh. Well, alright. But we need to have a talk in the future about Hurley. How early it's acceptable to wake me. Okay, I love future talks. Let's go. Let's roll out. Cormac throws a bag of posters over his shoulder and sets off at almost a run. I'm going to work. I call out to my unseen siblings as I grab my wallet and phone and follow the speedy werewolf out the door. Fortunately, I have time to catch up to him when he screeches to a halt at the street corner. You get one pass. Next time you wake me up early, I do not guarantee that your life will be spared. So true. So true. I do wake up quite early. A lot of time. I am, for better or worse, a morning person. If I am able to like get like the sun rising like through a window where I sleep, I will wake up with that. Absolute freak behavior, but I will wake up with the sun if I can see it through a window as it rises. If it does not rise through the window, then like 9 or maybe 10. 9 or maybe 10 is the latest. I am a night person, yeah. Like, I feel like I don't, like, hear a lot about, like, people who wake up early all that much. That could just be, like, the internet, though. That could just be, like, the internet at large, though. Midday can fuck off entirely, basically. I feel that. So I will wake up latest 9 or 10. And then I basically, from, like, 1 to 4, maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later, like, that is prime nap territory. That is like, I'm hunkshu me my way through the day. You know what I mean? And then I have like a weird, so like I wake up, I have a weird fatigue state, take a nap, weird fatigue state, and then somewhere between like maybe 9 to midnight, I get like a big burst of energy, and then I crash, and then I can't sleep because I have horrible nightmare brain. And then no matter what I do, or no matter how little sleep I get, I then wake up the next morning at like the latest at like 9 or 10 and start the whole cycle over. Siestas should be normalized worldwide. They should. Naps are a wonderful thing, and they are so helpful. They are so helpful, especially if like a full night of sleep is like not possible for you for whatever reason. Naps are like so incredibly important, so that way you can still actually like get sleep as well. Sun high in the sky, brightest point, hottest time, no, explode. So true. Almost forgot. Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, okay, pal. Yeah, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, no, that's... okay. Dude, just say you're a furry. It's less weird than this, right? Exactly. Like... Homie. 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 I have to make sure I hide my wolf features out in public. With your tail clearly on display, you slut! With your tail clearly on display? Hello? Sir? Hello? No one is going to look at this man with wolf ears and a collar saying wolf and think anything other than furry and the tail. Oh, oh, oh. You couldn't have thought about that before knocking on my door? My family is going to ask a ton of questions when I get home, you know? Like, since when are you a furry? And then I'll have to be like, kind of for like forever, dude. Like, humanness? Ain't about that. Ain't about that life. No, no, no. Humans? No, thank you. Shakes my head. Shakes my head. Monsters? Nodders. Nodders. At least they seem to have assumed that he's wearing a costume, so I'm not going to have to explain the existence of the supernatural just yet. But I'm still bracing myself for an earful from my parents about this weird crowd I'm getting involved with. Hi, Luna Scarlet. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you have a great lurk. Oh, that's right. Your family doesn't know about demi-humans, do they? He pauses to staple a poster to a telephone pole before continuing down the street at his constant brisk pace. I'm so used to hanging out with Morag and Esses all the time that I hadn't even thought about it. I've never had very many human friends. I struggle to keep up as we approach the neighborhood park. Oh, whoops, 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 roll that back, roll that back, roll that back. I struggle to keep up as we approach the neighborhood park. Well, I've never, hey, I bet I can climb that tree. Okay, so it just went really fast. I see, I understand. He's running to climb that tree. I'm just gonna watch in horror. In horror. Do I pronounce horror like whore? This is a genuine question. I was trying to clip some stuff and I realized that anytime I say horror, that it sounds like I'm just saying whore. Even though I'm saying horror. A little bit, okay. This is the wolf all over again. This is wolf all over again. This is wolf all over again. Everybody's gonna make fun because I can't pronounce wolf right, and I don't say the L, and I say wolf, and I go W-O-O-F. It's a typical feature of some American accents. Yeah. I was watching through some stuff, or trying to clip, and I was like, ugh. I'm saying horror. I promise. I'm saying H-O-R-R-O-R. Before I can say anything, Cormac has tossed the sack of posters down on the ground and sprinted into the park. Though honestly though, horror and horror, that's love, baby. That's love, baby. There's no better genre than that. No better genre than that. Channel moderation settings say I wasn't allowed to make a pun of horror story. What? What? What the fuck? What the heck? It didn't even come up for me. Boo hiss. Boo hiss. The sex worker term, yeah. It didn't even come up for me as a thing to allow. Probably on the no-go blacklist, probably. Oh, maybe. Which is fair because it's generally derogatory, yeah. That's true, that's true. That's true. I'm always like, it's confusing to me sometimes what moderation stuff is like where. Because like sometimes I'll get the thing where it's like, I see the message still and I can like allow or deny it. But then other times y'all will be like, oh, I couldn't send this thing and that's not something that I do see. And I'm like, well, what's the difference? What's the difference? You know? Why are there some that I can still see and choose to allow or deny? And why are the other ones I can't see at all? It's very confusing. He appears to be planning to use a running start to leap up and grab a tree branch that's at least a couple of feet higher than he'd normally be able to reach from the ground. Some things Twitch blocks entirely based on certain lists, and other times it's automod holding things on suspicion. Oh, I see, I see. I see. That makes sense. That makes sense. And there's a moment as he kicks off into the air with an unexpected grace that I almost believe he's going to make it. I held my breath. Time seems to slow down, his hoodie rippling in the wind. And then his fingers just barely graze the bottom of the branch, and he crashes down into the dirt on his face. Oof. Cormac, are you okay? I rushed to his side, grabbing the discarded posters on my way. Fortunately, by the time I reach him, he's already getting back up to his feet, readjusting his hood and brushing dirt off his clothes. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. This happens all the time. I shuddered to imagine how often. But since he isn't hurt, I shrug and head back for the park's main path. I don't know why he looks so silly with the hood up. It just looks very goofy. He looks very goofy. Very silly goofy. He follows me, seemingly more capable of sticking to a slower pace now that I've taken the lead. Sorry, what were you gonna say earlier? Before I saw the tree? I think back to a few moments ago. Oh yeah, well, you've said you've never had very many human friends. I was just going to say that I've never had a werewolf friend either, so I guess we're even? Ooh, fun fact. Cormac skips a few steps in his enthusiasm. I'm not technically a werewolf. Huh? Really? I feel my face flush, and I hope that his hood obscures his peripheral vision enough that he can't see it. I guess I shouldn't have assumed, but... Hey, it's totally fine. I mean, it is called the WereHouse and everything. But that's more of a convenient pun. I don't really mind if people think I'm a werewolf. I do have a lot in common with them. Some of my distant cousins are part werewolf, actually. But I'm really a bar guest. Bar guest? I've never actually heard of that. Not a lot of people have. Let's get some posters up over there and then I'll tell you all about it. We arrive at the central courtyard of the park with a circle of benches and several community notice boards covered in flyers for other events. Oh, Black Dog. Is that what that is? I've also never heard of it. I'm unfamiliar. I'm slacking. I'm slacking in my monster knowledge. I've let all my fellow monster fuckers down, and for this, I apologize. For this, I truly apologize. I will need to write you all a notes app apology to all of my fellow monster fuckers out there for letting you all down in my knowledge. I've let the monster fucker community down, and for this, I am ashamed. I am ashamed, and I am remorseful, and I am sorry, and I will go grab my ukulele right now to play you all my apology song. They're spectral dogs. Oh, I see. Cormac picks out a few good spots for our own advertisements before leading me into a less populated area among some trees. generally depicted as very large black dogs, sometimes omens of impending death. Oh, how cute! How cute! We take a seat on a partially hidden bench, and Cormac scans for any observers before removing the hood of his sweatshirt once more. The fur on his ears has been visibly smoothed down, and he reaches both hands up to ruffle it. This is much more comfortable. The hood doesn't hurt your ears, does it? I wouldn't want to force him into physical discomfort on my account. Then again, he's the one who wanted to get up and run around town this early anyway. Oh no, it's fine. I always make sure I buy sweaters with nice big comfy hoods. But it just feels better to be more free. I wouldn't wear any clothes at all if society didn't say we had to. I can't help but picture Cormac dancing around the public park fully nude. I wonder if he has a typical masculine human body, or if there are some more wolf characteristics hidden under his clothes. Hey baby girl, hey baby girl, hey baby girl, what kind of characteristics we talking about here? Hey baby girl, hey baby girl, hey look at me for just a second, hey look at me for just a second. What kind of characteristics are we talking about here? Oh my god, Gabe. Okay, I admit I was thinking that earlier, however, comma, you can't just say that. At the very least, I imagine he must have an extra hairy, a hairy chest. A hairy chest, that's what a hairy chest, right, a chest that is, it is covered in hair. It's, that's what we're referring to, of course. I see now. I was going to make a joke about how he may not be great at graphic design, but I bet he's excellent at putting up banners, you know, because werewolves are good at... So true, so true, so true, so true. This man knows how to tie a knot. The phrasing, at the very least, implies that the hairy chest is perhaps not the focus there. Perhaps not, perhaps not, perhaps we'll find out. Perhaps we'll find out. I don't think we will. I don't think we will. This game is safe for work. This is a safe for work game. We are gonna start playing, not safe for work games though, on Picarto, I think. Maybe next month or maybe December, sometime soon. Sometime soon, I would like to start playing some not safe for work games. Somewhere else. Like once a month or once every few months. I don't know. I don't know yet. Cause I think that would be fun. I think that would be fun and neat. And I don't know where to stream that. Cause I was looking at, a site that I shall not name. But their TOS is, they have a pretty strong TOS, which is good. It is a good thing to have that on that kind of site. But part of their TOS is like, would rule out a lot of not safe for work video games and a lot of video games just in general. Streaming those on there, because it's like no presence of depiction, etc., of, right, like simulated, real, or implied, right, like violence, blood, weapons, etc., right, like lots of stuff like that. Which again, on that site, right, like that is a very good TOS to have as a general rule of thumb. But however, when it comes to playing video games, when I was looking at not safe for work video games to potentially play, it ruled out like 95% of them. And I was kind of like, okay, So this probably isn't where this, like, I'm not gonna risk breaking the TOS there. Like, I ain't about that. I ain't about that, so. I think they should be good to play on Picardo. Like, for example, I really want to play Divine Despair Deviants and other games by that creator. I think that would be really fun to play. But like, those are games that I could not play on the other site that I am on, because they would violate the TOS there. So I've been looking at Picardo, I think, as a place to play that, maybe, because that was part of this year's Queer Halloween bundle. I looked down at his t-shirt, feeling a little curious about it now. The corporate sanitization of the internet is unfortunate. Yeah. And like, again, like on a site like that, like I do get it. And I think that, right, like on a legal level, right, like of course, all of that. And also of course in terms of like keeping people safe, right, in the jobs that they do, again, that's really important. But for what I was looking to do, in part, I mean, I like, there's other stuff, but like the not safe for work video gaming and stuff, that is not a viable platform on which to do that on. Yeah. But I guess I just stick to the less personal questions first. So you were going to tell me what the difference is between a werewolf and I trail off, not wanting to pronounce the new word I just learned wrong. A barghest, right. He leans toward me, his necklaces jingling. So, one of the main differences is that a werewolf will become a wolf when there's a full moon, no matter what. They can't really control it. Barghest can shapeshift into wolf form too, but it's not on a specific... So, puts fingers together shyly. So you can just shift whenever. You can just, that's just a thing that you do whenever. That's... I did wonder why he had weird glowy energies. Then not a werewolf, actually a barghest, makes that check out. Yeah. Spectral. Not all barghests are in full control of it all the time. Sometimes we might shift instinctively as a reaction to stress or surprise or something, but usually the more practice we get, the more we're able to transform at will. So you're choosing to be in human form right now. You could just turn into a wolf if you wanted. Basically, yeah. Is it difficult to do? It's like any kind of exercise, really. If I get out of shape, it might take a lot more effort and tire me out. But I do my wolf workouts pretty regularly, so it's no big deal for me. He grins and flexes a bicep. I see. Himbo spectral. Himbo spectral. I see. Can't tell if it's actually especially toned or not since he's wearing such a thick hoodie. So when you transform, okay, now we're asking the real questions. All right, let's see here. It pulls out notepad, starts taking notes, How viable of a relationship is this? So when you transform, you're still totally conscious and everything. Same guy, just in wolf form. Cormac's personality actually makes a lot of sense when I imagine him as a big dog. Yep. So you might think that makes us less scary than werewolves, right? A werewolf on a full moon is going totally feral, but a barghest is still a sentient person. We won't attack you for no reason. However, however, comma, what if perhaps perchance, however, comma, what if perhaps perchance. No, I shan't say it. No, I shan't say it. No, I shan't. I won't. I won't write. I hadn't even considered the possibility that I might encounter a wild werewolf until now. I'm going to start checking the phases of the moon before I go out at night. But, you see... Cormac leans toward me again with a sudden sharpness to the shine in his eyes. The wind kicks up almost as if on cue, making me glad I'm also wearing a hoodie. In a way, that means a Barghest can be even scarier. Because you know that if a Barghest does something violent, it's not just animal instinct. It's an act of real and terrifying malice. I can feel Cormac's breath on my throat, and I find myself leaning away, shifting toward the edge of the bench. There's an old story about an evil Barghest like that, you know? A knight went looking for it in a cave in the cliffs. He thought he could defeat it, but of course, he was a fool. What can a human do against the raw power of a spirit wolf? On the steep fell's height shone the fair moonlight, and its beams illumined the dale, and a silvery sheen clothed the forest green, which sighed to the moaning gale. That's not all that's gonna be moaning, baby boy. That's not all that's gonna be moaning if you don't back the fuck up right now. Homie! Homie, step back immediately. Throw a stick, probably. Hey, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good little puppy dog? Do you want to play fetch? Do you want to play fetch? Do you want to play? Here, go fetch. Go fetch the stick, boy. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Ow! Good job. Great job. Yeah. Is he reciting a poem? Since when does Cormac, this guy has proven to be dumb as a brick on several occasions throughout our entire short acquaintance. He's a himbo. He's a himbo. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He's a himbo. Just casually memorize poetry. And the brave knight waved a big stick before throwing it off the cliff, and that was the end of the Barghest. So true, so true, so true. And he's so ADHD. Basic task, goofball, special interest, reciting an entire poem from memory. Yeah, he's a himbo. He's got ADHD. The whole package. It's so absurd that I almost have to laugh. But at the same time, the scene he's describing is genuinely chilling. His deep voice resonates through the trees as he continues his performance, the wind seeming to increase in intensity along with him. It even looks overcast outside all of a sudden. Can Barghest control the weather? The more words that leave his lips, the more willing I am to believe that he can and does control anything he wants. And a dreadful thing from the cliff did spring, and its wild bark thrilled around. Its eyes had the glow of the fire's blow. 'Twas the form of the spectre hound. Ah! With my involuntary shriek, the spell, if there ever was one, seems to be broken. Ow! He laughing. The teeth. Note here the teeth. If we shall all note here the teeth. I need a little pointer. So I can point at the teeth. Everybody look at the teeth there. Make a note of that. Everybody write that down. Write that down. The vicious wind has calmed back down to a gentle caress. The sun peeks out of the clouds once more, and Cormac tosses his head back in genuinely joyous laughter. You should have seen your face. What was I doing? I was doing kind of like a surfer voice for him, I guess. You were so scared. I can't believe it. I was just fucking with you. Vargas aren't scary at all. He wheezes, struggling to catch his breath. The corners of my mouth twitch, and soon I'm giggling along with him. That was so mean. I was really scared. You were scared of me? That poem is just a made-up ghost story. Vargas are mostly really friendly. Isn't that obvious? Look at me. Look how not scary I am. I can't believe that actually worked. As the clouds dissipate further and the sun warms our faces, Cormac puts a comforting arm around my shoulders. Hey, homie. Hey, homie. I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that. Back the fuck freak. Remove thine self. Remove thine arm. Remove thine arm. We relax on the bench together for a few more minutes, laughing until we can't anymore. Eventually, he stands up, stretches, and tucks his ears back into his hood. They made the art so silly. They made the art for this so silly. Okay, let's get back to work. Isn't it my job to keep you on task? Cormac puffs out his chest. Well, since it was a little mean of me to prank you so hard, I'm going to try to make up for it by being more responsible. For the rest of the day, at least. I smile as I get to my feet and sling the bag of posters over my shoulder. I've learned my lesson now. I don't believe anything you say. No, I'm totally serious. I'm going to put up so many posters and not try to climb any trees. I promise. Sure. His protestations about how hard he's going to work only last until we exit the park onto the main street on the other side of it, and he catches sight of an interesting looking building. Hey, check this out! Parkour! No! I sprint after him once more and the plastic bag slips out of my hand. The wind picks up again and a few of the posters lift into the air, wafting down the street behind me as I attempt to coax Cormac down from a windowsill. I guess that's one way to get them out where people will look at them. Wow, wow. My phone's ringtone wakes me up the next morning. I groan as I force myself out of bed and begin groggily searching the room for the source of the sound. My feet are killing me after doing so much running around with Cormac yesterday. We did get the whole stack of posters up all over town eventually, but not without several more distractions. It was already getting dark out by the time I headed home to face my family's scrutiny. At least Cormac told me that after all that work, I could take the next day off. Oh, the little pride sticker up there. Ow. 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 Hi, did you sleep well? But now he's calling my phone for some reason. And on FaceTime too? In the morning? Buddy. Buddy. Oofta. Oof. Alright, I guess. In fact, he's video calling my phone. Who just does that without warning? Hope my hair isn't too messy. It's not too early to call, right? I made sure to wait until 10. I did, in fact, instruct him last night that if he ever wanted my help at the last minute again, 10 a.m. was the earliest that I wouldn't be mad about. I didn't expect him to follow those directions so soon, but I have to admit that according to what I told him, he's not technically doing anything wrong. It's fine. What's up? Well, I told Murag about all the great work we got done yesterday. As soon as he finishes the sentence, his characteristic grin transforms into Belaguered? Question mark? This is actually surprisingly a word I don't know how to pronounce. That doesn't happen very often. Oh. Beleaguered? Maybe? Pronunciation. Beleaguered. Beleaguered.
Beleaguered.
Beleaguered. Beleaguered. Beleaguered. Beleaguered. A beleaguered looking frown. But then she reminded me that physical posters are only half the advertising job. Apparently, I'm also supposed to do something on the internet. And I know I gave you the day off, so I didn't want to bother you, but... He looks over his shoulder before whispering into the phone. Dizzy, I really don't understand the internet. I need your help. Hi! Hi, Joan. Hi, welcome on in. Welcome on in. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're having a great time zone. I hope you're having a great time zone. Hi. I chuckle. I should have expected something like this. Okay, fine. You want me to come by the warehouse? Warehouse. And yes, please. I'll see you there. Glowy pixelated dog boy. Yeah. I sigh and survey the room for clean clothes to put on. Maybe a nice outfit Cormac hasn't seen before. We're in too deep already. Oh, who am I kidding? I wear the same hoodie every day. Cormac is the only one there when I arrive, hunched over his laptop on the floor again. I guess Marag and Estes had gone out to take care of other tasks. You did mess where the protagonist wondered what other canine characteristics he might have under his clothes. This is real and true. At the very least, a hairy chest. Dizzy! He springs to his feet when he sees me, almost spilling the drink he's holding in one hand. I got you some coffee again. Thanks. Dealing with Cormac sometimes feels like it's a net neutral in terms of my mood. He annoys me by waking me up early with far too much enthusiasm, but then he makes up for it with nice little gestures like this. He watches eagerly as I take a sip, waiting for my reaction. It's good. Well, maybe it's better than net neutral. It is pretty nice to see his face light up when he succeeds in making me smile. I'm glad you like it. So, can you explain the internet to me? Marag says we have to make some posts and try to get some likes. He moves his finger to symbol quotation marks as he speaks. She also says, I can't believe you forgot that, Cormac. We do it every year. I don't remember though. Maybe I was distracted last year. That seems likely. Well, where does she want you to make these posts? Do you have social media accounts for the warehouse specifically? Or are we talking just personally posting in some community groups? He knits his brows. I think we had an account somewhere. I remember getting in trouble once for trying too many wrong passwords. Why do passwords have to be so complicated, Dizzy? They're always telling you that you need numbers and special characters. It's too much to remember. It's too much! I can never even think up good ones in the first place. I need someone else to be a password thinker-upper for me, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I need someone else to be the password thinker-upper. Well, I don't know about that part. But I could set up some shiny new accounts for the warehouse in a few places and try to build more of an online presence. Okay, let's do some posts. Over the next little while, I put together some social media pages for the WereHouse, using that logo Cormac allegedly put all his heart into for the avatar. Cormac looks over my shoulder, nodding with approval as I search for relevant groups and hashtags to share the information about the event. It's not nearly as exciting as the adventures of the previous day, but it might be more efficient at getting the word out. Hang on, thinking about those adventures gives me an idea. I have the exact opposite problem to Cormac. I make up great secure passwords, then I forget what they are and I have to reset them. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I need to go through at some point and write down all of my different passwords, cause I just got them on autofill and I worry I'm gonna forget them. We do have an ad coming up in just a minute. We take a 3-minute ad break once an hour, every hour. This is to keep the pre-rolls off for everybody coming in. The ads do help me monetarily just a little bit as well. While the ad break is running, if I'm aware that there is an ad break is running, I do my best to stop whatever it is that I'm doing, whether that's yapping or playing a video game, and switch us on over to our BRB screen. And in those 3 minutes, I encourage all of you to go and do whatever you've got to do to take care of yourselves out there in this big old universe, whether that's going to the bathroom, getting something to eat, getting something to drink, switching your laundry out, taking meds if you've got meds that you've got to take, if you've got like a puppy dog that you've got to let outside so they can go to the bathroom, etc., etc., etc. Do whatever you've got to do to take care of yourselves. I'm going to switch us on over to the BRB screen. We will be right back in just a few minutes. Alright. Should all be back from the ad? Cormac, do we have any of the sets and costumes and stuff ready for tomorrow? We build a lot of the sets tomorrow morning when some extra people come in to help. But I bet Esses has most of the costumes ready and some props and stuff too. Why? Call them and see what we can use. I bet we could throw together a pretty good video trailer. Oh, like a preview for a movie. But the movie is us? Exactly. I'm thinking we get some good shots of the most creepy looking stuff we have, and I pause for a dramatic flourish. Maybe Cormac's theatrics are rubbing off on me. And what? And you could read that scary Bargus poem. Cormac's jaw drops. I get to star in the movie? Well, it's not exactly a movie, but sure. I'll call Esses right now. With Esses' help, we get some good shots that provide a preview of the attractions of the warehouse without giving too much away. The way they set the lighting up is perfect. Everything comes out looking super creepy, as it should. Even though I've already heard the poem once before, I still get a bit of a shiver down my spine when Cormac records the audio. It's amazing how intimidating he can make himself sound when his real personality is such an extreme contrast. For the last shot of the trailer, we decide to go with Cormac himself emerging from the shadows, staring down the camera with his glowing eyes. From there, it dissolves into a black screen displaying all the event information for tomorrow night. I post a link to all the places I can think of before letting out a deep sigh and lying down on the warehouse floor. Getting dark outside already. I hope there's still enough time for some people to notice the cool video before the event tomorrow night. Squinting at the sweet dog boy can be intimidating, that makes me shiver reaction. Yeah. Oh, what a world. Oh, what a world. Oh, what a wondrous world we live in. God, the music in this game is so good. Like, they're all just such like vibey songs, you know? Like, I could just like fucking zone out. Cormac sits down next to me as Esses rearranges the last of the props that we were using. Sorry I made you work so hard when it was supposed to be your day off. That's okay. The video was my idea anyway. And it was a great idea. I would never have thought of something like that. You should be in charge of marketing every year. Well, if you want to, I mean. I smile and try to imagine a future in which I work on this haunted house with Cormac, Morag, and Esses every October. It's definitely not the kind of normal steady job my parents want me to get, but it might be nice. Hey, has anyone watched the video yet? I want to see. Probably not many people yet, but I'll check. I sit up and refresh the video page. We're actually getting a fair amount of comments already. Some of them the typical rudeness you get on the internet, but most of them pretty positive. Mount to Moon Explorer. This looks fine. Peepo Beepo. No, I wanted to read the comments. Wait, roll it back, roll it back. Roll it back, roll it back. Peepo Beepo. Is it weird that I think the creepy guy at the end looks kinda hot, LOL? What? OMG, I know, right? Hold on, roll it back, roll it back. Gamer Grump Fam 692. Too spooky for me. John Martin Forever. Is this frick? Stop, roll it back, roll it back. Is this that one guy from Like and Subscribe? Lo-Fi Beats. I love the warehouse. I go every year. Is this that one guy from Like and Subscribe? Make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Cause this is Like and Subscribe. Still can't get over that as a band name. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Spooderman, Spider-Man, but make it vintage. Oh, this is an actual YouTuber. Rachel Maskey. She makes really cool like cosplay videos and like videos like that and stuff of that ilk. Very cool stuff. Some like vintage clothing stuff as well. And some like DIY like house design stuff, I guess. Yeah. She has I really enjoy her videos. She has great videos. GhoulTube. Game Grumps. Aaron loses it real bad. Zelda's Adventure number 473. That's a real thing as well, I think. That's a real thing as well, I think. GhoulTube. We make our Cat a Kingdom Catio Part 2. Supervisor approved. Loses it real bad is a euphemism for says a slur again, right? Where's the loses it real bad? Oh, this one? Oh, have they done that? I don't know. I don't go here. I go here. I don't go here. I go here. I don't go here. I go here. I don't go here. So I don't know. I have enough knowledge to be like, I have heard of this, I think, comma, question mark. Why did I throw a comma in there? I don't know. But I don't know anything about the actual people or the content or any of that. Game Grumps is a little notorious for dropping slurs. Oh, ew. What the fuck? I mean, that actually probably tracks for a lot of just game related content in general. Unfortunately, the culture in relation to like a lot of video games and like streaming and like Twitch included seems to be very yickety yikes, let's say. Yeah. That really fucking don't like that. Not super surprised, but don't fucking like that. No thank you. There's a certain era of YouTube where that was a thing. Yeah. Look, Cormac, people love you. As I tilt the screen so we can see it, one comment in particular catches my eye. Is it the creepy guy at the end looks kind of hot comment? Is that the comment that catches your eye? Is that perhaps perchance the comment that catches your eye? Hang on. Were you? Oh no. No, of course not. No, it's the like and subscribe comment. Like and subscribe. Hang on. Were you actually in a famous band that people recognize you from? Yeah, didn't I mention like and subscribe? We only ever made one album, but it did pretty well in the local indie scene. God, I miss fucking indie concerts. God, I miss fucking going to concerts. God, I miss fucking going to shitty little fucking bars where they put on little indie concerts and paying like $15 to get in. Ow! 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 Hang on a minute. His eyes dart between the relevant comment and the buttons just below the video. Like, and... I get it now! Yeah. Yeah, Cormac. Yeah, do you get it now? Yeah, do you understand it now? Awoo? 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 Yeah. Awoo? I have so many questions. Both general ones about Cormac's brief music career and specific ones about how he managed to miss the pun and his own band name until now. Oh, yeah. He's a bit of a himbo. He's a bit of a himbo. Yeah, you could say that he's a bit of a himbo. Yeah, that is a thing that you could. He's a bit of a himbo. Yeah. But they'll have to wait for later, since it's already past time for me to go home. I hope my brother doesn't eat my share of dinner before I get there again. I start to stand up and close my laptop, but Cormac stops me. The collar with the wolf on it, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. Do you think he would let us walk him on a leash? Do you think do you think that he would enjoy that? Do you think that that would be a nice, fun, enriching experience for him? Oh, for sure. Okay. I'm writing that down. Cormac, ask if we can walk on a leash. Why not a full, you know what? You're so right. And that would be safer. For his throat. So that way when he gets really excited and he wants to go run and climb a tree or do some parkour, he's not like pulling and it's going to his throat. You know, the harness, much safer. You're so right for that. Thinking. Putting Cormac in Memorial Foundation standard wear. Rubbing my hands together deviously. I'm thinking thoughts and things. Little frickin' himbo dog boy. Hang on, just a second. I want to read all these comments. Okay, but if there's no food for me left when I get home, I'm sending you guys my takeout bill. Cormac nods, his attention still absorbed in the screen. Wow, this person says I'm hot. If it's the same comment I just saw, they also called him creepy in the same sentence, but I'm glad he's focusing on the positive. I guess creepy could be a compliment when it's a trailer for a haunted house anyway. Like, it absolutely, like, are you kidding me? For a trailer for a haunted house, yeah, that is absolutely compliment. Absolutely 100%. Absolutely. Creepy and wet. Throw some water on this dog boy. And then he will be sopping wet. So true. Why is the rhythm of the tonal intonation of the voice that I'm doing for Cormac, why is it so, like, it makes my brain go burr? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, wait a second. If I'm not real careful, this could just end up being how I talk. This could very quickly just end up becoming my permanent speech pattern. Is that true? Self-stimming with stoner surfer dog boy voice. So true. I pick up people's like vocal patterns or like voice intonations like so quickly. Like, if I watch enough of a show or like enough of a streamer, the way that they like speak, it will just show up. It will just fucking show up. It's horrible. Like, it's horrible. Like, I'm not even like aware of it until I am, and then I'm like, wait a second. Wait just a darn second. Here. What the heck? Where did this one come from? What the heck? I am nothing if not a collage of other people's vocal patterns. It's really funny for me when I notice people I associate with frequently coming out with quirks from Scottish English. I love how often unconscious mirroring works. It's so fun and cute. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to all of a sudden be like, wait a second. This came from somewhere that is not my brain. This came from somewhere that is not my brain, and now it's in my brain. And now it's in my brain for forever. Until something else replaces it eventually. Where did this come from? Who did I pick this up from? Where did this come from? It's very interesting to see. You're asking for my opinion? Joan put Hallie in my brain. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing to have in your brain. What a wonderful thing to have in your brain. What Halloween. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing to live in your brain. Cormac turns to look at me, the laptop screen lighting up one half of his face while the other is in shadow. She must be inflicted upon others. I bully her so much. Oh, Halloween. Oh, Halloween. Oh, Halloween. Sopping wet. Sopping wet. Sopping wet. Spoiled princess. Sopping wet. So soggy. So soggy. And pathetic. At least partially in shadow, he can never be fully covered in darkness because of the way his bright green eyes and the frontmost locks of his hair always create their own light. Literally named for her tears. Is she? Is she? I had no idea. I had no idea. Y'all know so much more. Heaven will be mine, Lord, though. That's pretty cool, though. That's really cool, though. Or at least, I can't. I mean, that's very subjective and depends on the person, and also, yes. What was the question? I don't remember what he asked, or what we asked, or what was said. I've lost track of everything. Oh. I have to go now. Okay. This time, he relinquishes control of the laptop more easily, and I slam it shut before scrambling to my feet and whirling toward the exit. Lady of the Brine because salty tears, because made for crying a lot. Oh, she just like me, for real, for real. She just like me, for real, for real. That's my motto, always be fucking crying. Never stop crying. That's... Also, Max putting out art of Halloween in torn tights and scuffed dress would kick me on her back. Ow! Ah! You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. As I approach the door with a speed that rivals Cormac's exhausting walking pace, he merrily calls out after me. Swag. 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 Oh, did he ask if we thought he was hot? Is that what the question was? Did he ask if we thought that he was hot in response to the comment that somebody made calling him hot? And then we blushed and fumbled and skedaddled our way on out of there real quick? Is that what happened? Is that what happened? Also very funny, the item description starting with nobody tell her, nobody tell her, Nobody tell her. Oh, Halamid. Oh, Halamid. The most specialist princess to have ever princessed before. I think you're hot too, Dizzy. Maybe you should be in the video next year. I bet we get even more comments. Princesses are for bully. So true, so true, so true. True and real, true and real. Oh. Well, listen, Joan, listen. We will be so nice to you. If that's what you want. I am fully capable of not bullying people. Only be bullying if the person wants to be bullied. If that's what you want is a beautiful way to put it. Yeah, if somebody wants to be bullied, bully them. If somebody don't want to be bullied, don't bully them. You be niceys to them. You be so freaking niceys to them. You know what I mean? But if somebody wants to be bullied, you know, you bully them. You bully them. Lies and slander. They're the meanest lies and Cyber, are you bullying? Shaking my head at you. I am made of sweetness and light. Okay. Yes, I will believe that. Yes, I will. Yes, okay. I believe you. Yes. Real and true. I will believe that these are lies and slander. Brought against you. This is a lie. I'm too gothy to be. You know what? That's so valid. That's so freaking valid. Understandable. Have a nice day. Understandable. Yeah, good idea. I mumble something along the lines of thanks while staring at my shoes for the whole walk out. Does he mean anything by that? Or does he just call his friends hot all the time? Oh. Also, was Esses listening in that whole time? Oh no, right? Like, oh no. Oh. Not the overthinking. Oh. It'll get ya. Take a drink of water. It's the big day. D-Day. Or H-Day? Funny. I've spent all this time working with Cormac, but I have no real idea what the others have been up to all this time, or what to expect when I get to the warehouse. D-Day. Whoa, you haven't even got him undressed yet! Slow down there. Whoa, slow your roll. Sorry, warehouse. I gotta get better at that now that there's gonna be customers around. The sight of the warehouse makes me feel even more out of place. It's still early. Very early for me. If not regular humans, or regular demi-humans for that matter. But there seems to be a lot of activity happening inside as I approach the front gate, and I dither for a second, not quite knowing what to do. Do I find someone to ask? Or just busy myself with whatever looks like it needs to get done? Thankfully, I spot a familiar pair of lupine ears bounding towards me through the front doors of the building. Cormac! Dizzy, you made it! Of course, gotta be early on the big day, right? He flashes me one of those trademark, wide, toothy grins. A grin that might have been threatening 3 days ago, but now I know much better than to take the sharp edge of those canine teeth seriously. Heh, canine teeth. You worrying about something, Dizzy? Nervous? Just thinking about your teeth. Super normal. Like, oh, baby girl, you in too deep. Oh, baby girl, you in too deep. You in too deep. You in too deep. Like a regular person does all the time, just thinking about teeth. Thinking about sharp teeth. So platonically, the sharp teeth on the person that you are friends with, who called you hot yesterday, and like, wow, like, do they mean that, or do they just like, are they just saying that like to everybody, you know? Because they could just be saying that to everybody, you know, and they could just think that everybody is hot, and then you thinking that they are hot when you don't think that everybody else is hot is like weird, you know, and that's weird. And you're thinking about their teeth, which are in their mouth, and mouths also have lips, you know, and the teeth, and you know, what do teeth do but bite, and you know, biting and you know, super normal, not hormonal, super normal, like a regular person does all the time, thinking about teeth and such things, and in such subject matter, and such thoughts and fangs. Yeah, the little teethies. I feel like I've said this before, but how I could never, vampires would hate me. Vampires would fucking hate me. Cause I would walk up to a vampire and, like, you know how you like you pull up somebody's gums and you look at the teeth, and I would just pull up their gums and be like, ow, teeth, look at the teeth. You know, you start like touching like the sharp points and stuff. It's like, ow, just ow. Teeth are so freaking cute. So cute. Sharp little teeth, little fangs, so cute. The cutest freaking thing in the world. And you know what? I think that would ruin the vibes for the vampires. I think that would ruin the vibes for them. I think they would be like, wah, I'm scary. I'm a scary vampire. You walk up to them and you're like, ow, teeth, ow, and you start cooing at their teeth, you know? I don't think they would like that. I don't think they would fuck with that. I think they would be like, man, you've got to back the fuck up. Sir, do you mind? Sir, do you mind? You know, we're trying to fucking feed here, you know? And I'd be like, ow, so cute, ow. All the lampreys blushing at all the cute teeth talk, ow. This is one thing to know about me. So in what movie is it? It's not Alien or Aliens, but it's in that series. It's one of the more modern ones, and it's got the xenomorphs that are like, they're freshly hatched, you know, emerged from the human spine, run around on all fours like a little oopie dog, and I'm like, ow, this is just a little baby, ow, so cute, so adorable, ow. Like, no survival response. I see a fucking creature, and I am cooing over it. Like it is the cutest fucking thing in the world that I have ever seen. That is a baby. That is a little oopie puppy dog. No survival response. None whatsoever. Wondering what I'm gonna be doing today, actually. Saved it. Oh, that. I remember, that's why Morak sent me to get you. Why didn't she come herself then? She must have known he'd likely forget as soon as she asked him. She's busy putting together the different teams of people for different tasks and making sure everyone knows where the first aid kit and emergency exits are when they come in. Ah, well, fair enough. I'm not sure I trust anyone else to take care of that, to be honest. Anyway, she said to tell you that for a little while this morning, you're going to be behind the ticket booth outside. I hadn't even noticed it on my way in, but Cormac points over my shoulder, and yep, there it is, a little pine booth overlooking the footpath outside the front of the warehouse. And then after that, you can help us test out the haunt once we've done all the heavy lifting, though all the decorations won't be in yet. Then we all eat dinner early before the haunt starts. That explains the receipt I spotted on Morag's desk for a very large, very expensive catering order. And during the actual haunt, what do you want me to do then? He hesitates for a second. Actually, we haven't decided. There's a couple spots that could need filling since Morag heard one of our regulars may be too sick to make it this year. But if everyone turns up, we might not need you at all. That'd be kind of an anticlimax, to be honest. That's nice and all, but I want to help. It'd be weird to be the only one here without a job to do in the haunt itself. I feel like the token human being left out. I'll talk to the other two. We'll find you something to do, don't worry. I poke my head into the warehouse itself to say hi to Esses and Morag, who are oddly hard to find amid the crowd of other demi-humans moving things around in there. Then I retreat outside to the street, where I end up spending most of the morning running the ticket booth. Cormac told me earlier that we get the majority of our ticket sales as people arrive late at night, but a fair amount of people come early to get a discount, to make sure they can get enough tickets for a big group, or just to see what's going on over here. It's not the most exciting job, but at least I get to hear comments from some of the customers about what got them interested in the event. I'm so excited! This looks even better than last year. I'm going to face my fears this Halloween and try not to scream. Do you guys know you spelled warehouse wrong? Ooh, spooky. Were you guys inspired by that rumor about the ghost horse going around? No, I haven't heard about that. A ghost horse? A weirdly specific kind of rumor, right? I wonder where it came from. Maybe one of the demi-humans inside actually is the ghost horse. Then it's probably for the better that nobody can see into the warehouse from here. After a few hours, Morag comes to relieve me. Hey! Your turn to brave the chaos in there. She looks pale, even more so than usual. I can imagine she's been flat out all morning trying to manage everyone coming in and out. You sure you want to be on the booth right now? I can keep going for a bit if you need a rest. She sits herself down next to me on the bench. I'll be fine. It's slow enough out here that this basically is a break for me. Besides, Cormac needs your help inside if you still want to help him and Esses test the haunt. I shrug, but make a mental note to get someone to ferry some food and water out to her later or something. Then I head inside. Turns out what Cormac meant by help us test the haunt is wander around the haunted house and pretend to be scared. I think I can manage that. And anyway, it's pretty clever how they've decided to set up the inside of the warehouse, and I'm sure most of it was Esses' idea. Only bits and pieces are in there so far, but painted sheets are draped from overhead to form walls and corridors, wiggling all around the inside of the space in unpredictable directions. Sometimes the path broadens into fake rooms, most of them with furniture piled there already, where something spooky must be planned to happen to each group of customers. Cormac has me start right in the doorway, where customers will begin their journey through the haunted house. Creepy music starts playing from somewhere. I have been to a haunted house twice. And the first time I went to a haunted house, so I am terrified of haunted houses. I do not like them. I do not do well in them. I fucking freeze. I'm incapable of moving. And so like I was basically being shepherded out of the house by the people that had taken me there. And we get outside. So we're outside of the haunted house and I'm like, oh, okay, it's done now. I can breathe now. It's over now. It was not in fact over. There were little zombie hands in the yard, right? Like reaching for you to try and grab you. And I got so scared that I like grabbed on to the absolute stranger in front of me, like their back, and like held onto them out through the whole yard. And like, now granted, I was a child, so they were like, you know, they were understanding and they weren't like, what the fuck? But like, I do not do haunted houses. Well, I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. Too spooky. Too spooky. The Victorian tragedy theme is pretty obvious from the start. Everything is in gloomy grays, there's backdrops painted with foggy trees, and in the rooms where there's furniture, fake cobwebs are draped around all these neat little knickknacks. I bet Esses thrifted these from somewhere just for the haunt. Or they're from Marag's house. She seems like the kind of person who would own lots of dusty antiques, right? I feel like I should have read Wuthering Heights to get in the mood for this at any rate. I know Esses has been working really hard on the costumes the last few days, but I can't imagine how they're going to look. Surely, if they're trying to clothe an entire warehouse's worth of actors, the quality can't be that good. Not that I can see any of the costumes in here yet, though. None of the demi-humans who will be actors are here yet. Or if they are, they're outside on lunch break with everyone else. Instead, as I round the first corner of the constructed hallway, I hear running footsteps past me. And I can almost see a shape zoom past on the other side of the hung-up sheet that blocks off this corridor from the rest of the room. That would have been spooky if I didn't know exactly who those footsteps belonged to. Boo! Cormac jumps out from behind the corner. I pretend to be scared even though I 100% saw this coming. I must do a good job because he starts giggling immediately. Got you, Dizzy. You sure did. That's not how it'll go tonight, though. Esses' voice emerges from somewhere, but I can't see them, probably managing all the sound effects from some little hidey hole in the set. He's just filling in. Where you are now, the first room, there will be a spooky voice calling the group forward, and then someone hiding at the coat rack to give him a spook. Cormac disappears again behind a fold in one of the sheets, and then I keep walking through various rooms set up to look like a spooky old mansion. The roundabout path makes the warehouse feel even bigger on the inside than it already did, and before long, even I feel disoriented with all the twists and turns, even though I've been here before and I can see where I'm going. But ultimately, it's not really that scary in here yet, with Cormac's frantic footsteps as he tries to stay ahead of me and fill in for all of the actors, and all the daylight streaming in from the skylight in the roof. Esses misses the timing on a few of the sound effects too, but that happens to the best of us. Apparently, since during the real thing, Esses will be busy spooking people using their statue form in one of the rooms, the sound will actually be managed by someone else with superhuman senses that help them time things just right. Demi-human stuff really does come in handy for a production like this, huh? And then, towards the end, the haunt ventures outside. Towards the back of the warehouse, Cormac... Why am I speaking... Oh. Towards the back of the warehouse, Cormac appears at my elbow suddenly and gestures to the door in front of me, where he explains Marag will be playing her part, the Black Stallion of the Moor. As he puts it, at least. I can imagine Marag is hardly stoked about being called a stallion, but I've learned better than to ask by now. The rear yard of the warehouse is where Marag will chase the group of customers around as the crescendo of the haunt. Then she funnels them back through a roller door on the end of the warehouse into a corridor safely back to the front of the building. You'd be amazed how scary Marag can be in her horse form, Dizzy. I'm not sure I would be amazed, actually. She's pretty scary out of her horse form, too. Cormac leads me down the last spooky corridor, relatively unadorned since it's after the climax of the show, though there are still fake cobwebs in every corner. Then we emerge in the front yard. That was fun! I know, right? Let me know what you think, any changes we need to make. I mean, I wasn't really scared, but it's hard to tell since so much of it wasn't final. Seemed fine to me, apart from all the light in there and the few sound errors. Sorry, I'm fixing that now. As usual, S's voice echoes seemingly out of nowhere. I make a mental note to go see where they've been hiding all this time. How can they hear me from everywhere in the building? After my mystery tour of the house itself, I'm relegated outside to the communal snack table, making sure everything is kept full and the water bottles are cold. I get the feeling the committee is really reaching to find things to occupy me with, but I don't mind that so much, really. Besides, I get to watch as a lizard demi-human wanders up and starts absolutely going to town on a plate of insects, which I hadn't even noticed were there, so I must be doing a terrible job of snack table maintenance. They don't seem to see me behind the table at first, though one of their sucker-padded feet is clinging to the tabletop. Are they nervous? As soon as I try to make eye contact, they wrench the plate away and scurry off behind a corner, out of sight. Wow, just like the tiny lizards in my yard, they run away easy. At least their tail didn't drop off when I spooked them. Then a leprechaun and a harpy whose bird parts look almost magpie-ish walk past the snack table holding hands. It looks like the leprechaun is doing magic tricks with one of his gold coins, making it appear and disappear with a flick of the fingers of his free hand. The harpy can't take her eyes off the coin, and she seems delighted to watch her companion's dexterity. A lot of cricket-based snacks, not just for lizard demi-humans. It's true, it's true, it's true. It's true. Buggies are full of protein. Little buggies are full of protein. I think. I could be wrong about that. Eventually, the leprechaun appears to pull it from her ear and presents it to her with a little nod. She takes it with a grin, then bends down to give him a kiss, which it looks like he happily returns before she whips out a wing, greeting them both from prying eyes. Wow, how useful! How useful! How useful! That's so cute! Like mine. Still, I can't help but smile. Aw, that was cute! Soon after that, it occurs to me that I never even asked what Cormac's role is in the haunted house itself, if he has one at all. I seem to remember Essa saying they'd be a statue somewhere, and Morag is outside in horse form terrorizing groups near the end of the haunt path. But Cormac, I have no idea. Eventually, after fishing for info from the few demi-humans still wandering past to grab snacks, I learned that Cormac's job isn't just overseeing like I thought. He'll be spooking people by growling and making wolf-shaped shadows in one of the early rooms using his canine form. Wow. She turns into a horse? Yeah, Morag turns into a horse. A horse, a ghost horse. Horse, a horse of course. A horse of course. Even with all the spooky poetry, I kind of forgot his wolf form was meant to be scary, to be honest. I've been imagining it as more of a big dog than a spooky wolf. Still, I suppose anything can be scary when you can't see it head on. Just described as a stallion too. It's true. It's true. They did just describe Morag's horse form as a stallion. It's true. It's true. It's true. Either way, it's pretty clear nepotism, if you ask me. All three committee members get starring roles in the production itself. Fishy. I'm startled out of my reverie by Cormac, who comes bounding past in a rush. Pizza! Pizza's here! Oh, I almost forgot we get fed a solid meal as well as snacks. Nice. And what? It's dinner time already? Pizza. 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 I'm surprised we haven't gotten to see more of the other two in this route, mostly just mentioned. So, I know at least in Morag's route that it's the same as well, that you really only hear them, the other two characters mentioned. But that the focus is all on Morag. So I would assume S's route is the same as well, where they're only just kind of mentioned. Yeah. I feel like that does make it kind of nice though, in terms of playing through all three routes. So that way you're not getting like a ton of like repeat information. I check my watch. Only an hour and a half until the haunt itself begins. I stack some of the empty bowls on the table to clear space, and not a moment too soon, as Cormac comes by again with a towering stack of pizzas. The pizza boxes are flipped open, and I knew I didn't recognize the logo. The pizzas are topped with all sorts of weird things like bugs, seaweed, and some kind of weird purple vegetable that I'm sure I've never seen before. Purple. Pretty sure you don't get that kind of thing from my usual pizza place. As this walks by and grabs a slice with the purple stuff on it. Damono's always makes the best pizza. What's the purple stuff? Mandrake, wanna try some? Their fangs. So good, so good. Damono's pizza. Oh, wow, hi, Esses. Right? They're very good. Their design is wonderful. It's very good. I can't wait to play through their route. The little eye pin as well. They're real good. Wow, the princess likes the non-binary who could bite her. Shocks, right? So valid though. So valid and real and true and understandable. And I am shaking your hand. Maybe not. I don't know how my stomach will react to mythical vegetables. And even though, due to Marag's badgering, I now know where the first aid kit is, I don't think now is the time to try it out. I opt for a safer slice of one of the normal flavors instead. ... Okay, maybe I'm a little predictable, but you know what? That's okay. That's consistency. Never keep them guessing. Consistency. And then the beauty of being known, the beauty to be known, etc. Before too long, the buzz of happy chatter turns into a hubbub of more purposeful preparation. People start trickling back inside, going to finish up the last bits of getting ready. If people know exactly what you like, they can give you it. Yeah. They can send you lots of like memes and like information and brain, other everything, all of the things. They can send you all of the things that you like and you want to see, and they can send it to you in a curated way where you stumble across something and you're like, oh, so and so likes this. I send, and that's a wonderful thing. To be known is a wonderful thing. Now me, on the other hand, I can't fucking stand being known. I can't fucking stand. I'm just kidding. The horror and the beauty of being known and perceived by others. Love language. I saw this thing and thought of you. Curse / blessing / perversion. So true. I help a 3-tailed kitsune pack the snack table away, then take a moment to catch my breath as she goes inside ahead of me. It's possibly the last free minute I'll have for the rest of the night, and I'm damn well going to use it to steady myself. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Okay, this is it. It's almost time. I can hear groups of customers start to gather out the front, chattering excitedly, though they seem to be kept well under control by the crowd-wrangling crew. The inside of the warehouse is a hive of activity. There are my humans everywhere, some running to fetch last-minute props, others still putting on makeup and costumes. It's chaotic enough that I just try to stay out of everyone's way. I managed to catch the committee members as they're having one last quick meeting, 10 minutes before showtime. So, did anyone ever decide what I'm doing through the haunt? Cormac looks nervous. It's weird. The expression doesn't sit right on his face. I'm so used to him smiling. Kind of. Turns out everyone we were expecting actually did show up. Which has literally never happened before. So, we can't have you fill in for any of them. Long story short, all the fun jobs were taken, Dizzy. But you are the rookie. You should be expecting to do some grunt work. Grunt work? I mean, I'm happy to do it, whatever it is, but that sounds intense. I mean, it's cool. What am I gonna do? You're this year's Hobbit Under the Stairs. What? It's a super special role. You're making sure nobody gets hurt if they try and go up to the second story landing. Marag, yeah. She has such a wonderful design. It's real good. It's real good. Sounds special. People tend to ignore it if we try and block up the stairwell with tape or anything because they think whatever we block it with is part of the haunt. But the landing is falling apart, so it's pretty dangerous up there. This is me revealing how my type can be equally predictable. That's so fair though. That's so fair though. Invalid. She's so drippy. She is. She's dripping. Sopping wet. See the expression she's making there? The eye roll? Yeah. Type. I get it. I see you. I get it. I am also shaking hands with you. Our first year, a customer nearly fell right onto another group of guests. See? Pretty important, right? Okay, so what do I do then? Stand in the way and tell people to get lost, or... Up to you. Usually people prefer to hide in the little cubbyhole under the stairs so people can't see them, and then only come out if need be. That way people don't think they're an actor and come up to interact with them when they don't have any lines or spooks prepared. It's almost time. Any last questions, Dizzy? You haven't really given me time to think of any, but I don't think so. That's the spirit. As it shepherds me over to the far corner of the building, winding through sets and past all the demi-humans getting into their places, and I scurry into the hiding place under the stairs. Not sure if the cobwebs under here are fake or not, but I can't bring myself to check. The normal house lights in the ceiling get switched off, so everyone must be ready and in place. Scary how quiet the building gets after that. I can still hear the noises from the crowd outside near the ticket booth, and somehow I can still feel that there's a lot of people in here with me, but I can't hear anything at all. Then the creepy music from before starts to play. And with that, we are coming up on another ad break in just a few minutes. Once an hour, every hour, we take a 3-minute ad break to keep the pre-rolls off for everybody just coming in. The ads do help support me monetarily just a little bit. In that time, if I'm aware that there is an ad running, I do my best to stop whatever it is that I am doing, whether that's yapping or playing a video game, and switch us on over to the BRB screen. In that time, I encourage all of you to do whatever you've got to do to take care of yourselves, whether that's go to the bathroom, get something to eat, get something to drink, etc., etc., etc. I need to go to the bathroom myself, so I'm gonna switch us on over to the BRB screen. So it'll maybe be closer to 4 or 5 minutes of a break this time, and then when we get back, we'll wrap up the game. We'll wrap up the stream. Yes. So we will be right back in just a little bit. Alright, we should all be back from the ad now. And then the creepy music from before starts to play. I can just hear the footsteps from here as the first group enters the opening corridor. Then they start screaming. They must have gone to the first room, near where Cormac is. It's kind of fun to follow them around in my mind's eye, remembering pieces from my own tour of the haunt earlier, though their version must be far scarier with all the yelling they're doing. Well, it's fun for the first few groups anyway, before I start to get a little bored. Even when customers do get to this part of the haunt, they tend to ignore the area entirely, so I can only listen and wait in my spot under the stairs. Not to be ungrateful, I'm glad they found something for me to do, at least, but I feel like my part in the haunted house could be played just as easily by a wall. Or a few milk crates put in strategic places. Well, whatever. It's been a big, exhausting few days leading up to this, and I've been busy today too. So it's nice to sit down for a while and listen while the others have their crowning moment. Seems to be going well, at least. I can hear giggles and screams echoing around the building pretty much constantly, as well as neighs and hoofbeats from Morag outside, and whoever is on the sound desk doesn't seem to have missed a single cue yet. I'm more surprised that Cormac hasn't come out of character to yell boo at anyone yet, but I haven't heard a peep from him once. Color me very impressed. I just let my eyes fall closed, only to rest them, I swear, when I hear something off to my left. Peeping just slightly out of my hiding place, I spot a group of spookies, as SS calls them, coming around the bend into the stairwell. Unlike the groups before them, the footsteps don't continue on to the rest of the haunted house, and the closer they get, the more I realize they're giggling a lot, and their walking seems unsteady. They're drunk, basically. With them en route to the forbidden stairs, I suddenly have to stop being sleepy and decide how best to deal with the situation. My one responsibility during the whole haunt. No pressure. How do I deal with the drunkards? Just tell them to go the other direction. Despite all the acting going on in this haunted house, I think I'd feel silly pretending to make spooky noises, and I haven't had any practice. What if they didn't buy it? Or what if because they're drunk they were like, oh, let's go antagonize the person doing this and who's working here, etc, etc, etc. So I haul myself to my feet and out from under the staircase right in front of the spookies as they mill around the bottom of the stairs, one of them already starting to climb. The group all goes still as deer in the headlights, like they're expecting me to say boo. This area is off limits, just for your info. The rest of the haunt is that way. Nice and professional, gets the job done, informs them that this area is off limits, you know, nice and professional. For a minute, I think it's working. A few of them do look towards where I pointed, but the group doesn't budge. One of them tentatively walks a little closer to me, and their eyes go really wide. You're not part of the haunt, are you? Are you a ghost? I have to try really hard not to give a Morag-esque sigh in response. Yeah. I'm a ghost. The one who asked the question jumps away from me with a squeak, and the rest of their friends follow suit, though with much less enthusiasm. And that's why you're not allowed in this area. The staircase is haunted. Now scram! With a yelp, the leader of the bunch goes barreling down the corridor away from me, and soon they're all out of sight. Wow, I can't believe that worked. A Morag-esque sigh. Iconic. Sort of. Thankfully, the rest of my watch is pretty quiet. I only need to discourage another set of spookies from poking around the stairs, but they're less of a challenge than the first set. Feels like the haunt goes pretty quickly, except my legs are sore from being cramped up under the stairs for so long, and this droning spooky music is really starting to get on my nerves. But the music fades as long last. The last group comes down the rear corridor to the outside, and after the last screams and laughter echo in the warehouse, there's a few moments of stillness. And then all hell breaks loose. Laughing, yelling, running footsteps as people finally get to break their hiding places and go to celebrate. It's loud all of a sudden, but so joyful. I can't help smiling. I only had a small part in the day, I guess, but it was nice to be part of a team working towards something. And it's been really great to get to know the committee members, even if it was kind of a whirlwind. I almost don't know how to feel now that it's all over. What are you doing down there? It's a cyclops with bright pink hair. I think I've seen her around, talking to Morag. She pokes her head around the side of the hallway and looks down at me. Just sitting. There's a party about to start outside. Stop moping and hurry up. She disappears after that, dashing out of sight, and I take her advice, stretching the kinks out of my legs as I work myself out of my hiding place and try to remember how to stand up. I'm scooching my chair over a little bit. Hold on a moment. Alright. The haunted house has been over for all of 2 minutes, but as I start making my way through to the backyard, things already feel very different in here. The regular lights are back on for one thing, and I can still hear some customers chatting out front to the crew of succubi who had been managing the crowd. There's groups of demi-humans clustered throughout the warehouse itself too. I pass by a room full of what looks like vampires, and one of the rooms that used to be a spooky dining room. I say used to be, but it still kind of is. We matched the scenery all too well, sat around the table drinking some kind of red liquid out of china teacups. Oh yeah, some kind of red liquid. Some kind of red liquid, but definitely not blood, just some vague red liquid. I don't look too closely into any cups after that. In the corridor after that are doll-like people regaling each other with their best spooks from the haunt. And then in the next room holds a sleepy pile of bear people already asleep on top of one of the prop beds. Kind of groaning under their weight, but the whole scene is so cute, I can't bear to wake any of them. But can't bear to wake the bears. So true. So true. So true. I didn't know bears were considered demi-humans. Wow. Part of both worlds. The monster community and the queer community. That's so iconic of them. Even if there is some convenient porridge there on the table. Finally, once I've made it outside, I can see that someone has already started a bonfire in the yard. In fact, it's raging. The flames are half as tall as the warehouse behind me and climbing. Either there's magic involved here or someone poured a whole lot of flammable liquid on the kindling. The flames are getting a little too close to the overhead power lines for comfort, but I'm sure one of the demi-humans here has fire magic or something, right? Everything's probably under control. Unless it's Cormac who lit that fire, in which case I'm probably right to be concerned. Just like the inside, people are already together in groups out here, celebrating. Some of them very sleepily, since the haunted house took a lot out of them. I spot Esses near a table under the eaves in the middle of a very chaotic-looking game of beer pongs. The table is wonky, and the insect person taking their turn right now is totally cheating because they're using their extra set of arms to drop a ball in from above instead of bouncing it in. In fact, if I look closely, I can see a few of Esses snakes are holding ping pong balls in their mouths, which is very cute, but I hope they don't throw them all at once. Dizzy, come play! Hey, yes. Maybe later, though. I think I'm a little too human to be competitive at that table, but we'll see how brave I get later on. It was never a serious party animal or anything, but it's a nice atmosphere out here. People are laughing, singing, standing by the fire. Someone's even busted out a guitar and is playing it with what looks like very dexterous wing claws. Oh, to have wings. Oh, to have claws. Oh, to have a tail. Oh, to have teeth. There's demi-humans of all shapes and colors, and none of them so much as bat an eyelid at me. You probably think I'm demi-human too, since some of them pass for human pretty well. But either way, it's nice to feel so welcome, if a little strange. Dizzy! Cormac skids into view, a cup of something in his hand, somehow even more excitable than ever. Cormac, hey! I can't believe none of you mentioned there'd be a party afterwards. Really? I can't believe it either. It's the best part! Since Morag and I celebrate Samhain, we've always had a little party after the haunted house is over, but it's gotten bigger over the years. Like most things about the WereHouse, so I've heard. Just wait until Morag brings the cake out later. Cake? This day just gets better and better. Cormac and I mosey toward the bonfire, where he quickly gets whisked away from me by an excited group of other demi-humans, but I don't mind. I can easily occupy myself with watching all the interesting kinds of monster folk milling around, and by devouring the remains of the catering order currently being demolished by all the hungry haunters. After the fire has died down somewhat, I hear excited voices from back towards the building. The cake! Oh my god, I'm so full already. A crowd is already beginning to form around the WereHouse door. Morag is halfway through a sentence by the time I manage to squeeze close enough to hear her. And as some of you know, we bake a traditional barnbrack cake at the end of every WereHouse as part of our Halloween celebration. There's a cake? There is a cake! And by we, I mean me. I peek over the heads of the crowd. It's not the kind of ice monstrosity I expected. It looks more like bread than cake, dotted with raisins and baked into a wide, flat tray in order to feed the entire horde. She bakes. She bakes. She does everything. She does everything. Morag, a hyper competent, hyper functional queen. She do everything. She do everything. Whoever finds the coin in their slice is going to have good luck for the rest of the year, particularly with money. Please chew carefully and don't swallow the thing for crying out loud. Okay, go. She'd clearly anticipated the onslaught and backed away quickly into the building because the group rushes for the tray with startling ferocity. I managed to snag a slightly battered slice after most of the crowd has dissipated. It's me! I got it! I got it! I can hear Cormac's excited voice from all the way across the yard. I can't help but smile. He's worked surprisingly hard to make this happen after all, so I'm happy for him. Don't swallow the thing for crying out loud. The voice of a very tired person who has absolutely had some fool do that in prior years. Absolutely, 100%, 100%. No doubt any money he does get will go straight into making next year's haunt even bigger than the last. My slice of cake and I head back toward the fire, finding a spot on an empty bench upwind so the smoke doesn't get in my eyes. To be honest, the cake tastes more like bread too. I'm not entirely convinced that it isn't just bread masquerading under a cake banner, but I'm not complaining. There's something homey about the taste of it. And controversial opinion, but I like raisins. Just looking into the flames is making me feel all sleepy and content. Besides, I'm tired. It might have only been 3 and a bit days since I stumbled across the committee in the yard, but it feels like I've done weeks worth of work and socializing in those days. The party is already winding down around me, everyone's manic energy settling down into lazily telling stories and catching up. I know the feeling. Time for a rest. I think we've all earned it, though I definitely know I'm going to miss this place already. I hope that this time next year we're all together again, and I'm still the honorary human committee member. Not only did I make some great friends this Halloween, hopefully the wage check will get my family off my back for a few weeks too. Hey, maybe Halloween isn't so bad after all. Ending 1, Friends with Fiendish Folk. Yay! Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Hooray! Yippee! So that was WereHouse. That was one of the routes for WereHouse. Got a few other ones we're gonna play through this month. And then speed dating for ghosts. Speed dating for ghosts. Still more Cult of the Lamb. More Night in the Woods. I want to do a Halloween candy tier list ranking. And then on Halloween itself, I'm gonna try and do the free pumpkin carving game on itch, which I think I put in the Discord. I think I did. But yeah, that's the plan for the rest of the month. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those are all the thoughts in my brain. Those are all the thoughts in my brain. Let's see. Let's go raid Mellow, who is playing Metaphor? I don't know what this game is, but we're gonna go raid Mellow. Thank you all so much for oh, let me do a raid message before I forget. All the reasons that you go on a raid, go on the raid, you get free channel points, you get to potentially meet a cool streamer who maybe you haven't met before doing cool streamer things, and that's really awesome and cool and stuff, etc, etc, etc. That's my raid message. It would mean the absolute world to me if you would come along with me on this raid and use that raid message. You can use it if you're subbed, you can use it if you're a follower, anybody can use this raid message. Thank you all so much for watching and hanging out. If you were chatting, I appreciate you. If you were lurking, I appreciate you. And I will see you all in another universe.